All right, guys, back doing my shipping again today, and we have some really good sales, so I'm excited to share these with you. A little bit different than some of the stuff I normally pick up, but I found a few of these things all at one thrift store. You guys will see them in just a second. But first up, we have this USC Trojans vintage majestic jacket. I found two vintage USC Trojans jackets at the same thrift store. I found them at Goodwill, picked up both of them. One was like a pullover windbreaker, and that one sold very quickly. You guys probably saw it in a past video or maybe earlier in this video, I'm not sure. And then this one took about 3 weeks to sell, but it did sell for $103. So definitely want to keep an eye out for like the cooler looking sports related vintage jackets like this. This one has like the little Trojan on the sleeve and everything. And then I sold this pair of Abercrombie and Fitch. These are the 90s straight high-rise jeans. They are a smaller size, but they sold very quickly. I just listed these. Didn't even get a chance to cross-list them yet. They were still in my cross-listing pile. And they sold for $45 on Poshmark. Abercrombie and Fitch jeans, especially the newer current styles, are selling really, really good for me right now. So definitely a brand to keep an eye out for as well. And then this is the stuff, I guess it's not out of the norm because I do look for like racing, sports related, and car related, like luxury and sports car related merchandise. I've mentioned that before on my channel. It's just not every day that I find this much of it in one thrift store. I recently sold one of these KTM amateur racing jackets. This is like the soft shell jacket. It's got logos all over it. I'm not going to take it out of the bag though. And I sold that one. You guys probably also saw that in a previous video. It's the same exact jacket. I think I have like 5 of these. I sold that one for $30 on eBay. I took an offer. This one is also a larger size. It's a 4XL. But yeah, so the first one I took an offer of $30 on eBay. This one sold for $45, which was my full asking price on Mercari, which is great because I get paid out the full $45. And I only paid $6 a piece for all of these pieces that came from this thrift store. Okay, and then next up, I picked up these Fox Racing. So they're actually Fox Racing brand. There's the logo. They have the Honda Racing logos on them. And then there's actually logos all over the sleeves on both sides and a big logo, a big Honda logo on the back. So really, really cool. Let me flip this one. I'll show you guys this one. Really, really cool. I knew these were going to do well. They're new tags. I just cross-listed both of these over to eBay, I think yesterday morning. And by the time I woke up today, both of them sold for my full asking price to 2 different buyers. So I listed them at $45 plus shipping, and they both sold. So that was really exciting. And then here's the shoes we have going out today, you guys. I wanted to mention this first pair. It's called Mobiles. This is a brand by Mephisto. So if you don't know Mephisto, they make like orthotic comfort shoes, and they're actually very expensive if you buy them retail. And resale is actually pretty good if you can find the right styles. Not every style sells, you know, that's with any brand. So not every style is going to be a higher or a more desirable model. But this brand does really well for me on eBay, so definitely keep an eye out for it. These were like the clogs, which you guys know is very popular and is going to be very popular again this fall and winter. I'm seeing it all over Instagram. Is this kind of like mule clog type style of shoe. Those sold for $80 on eBay, and then some Asics Gel Cumulus 26 sneakers. Those sold for $68 on Poshmark. And then we have some Converse, the Lugged 2.0 platform. Platform shoes are still going strong, guys. I love picking up platform, and these ones sold for $60 on Poshmark. All right, guys, 2 more items going out. This was actually a bundle sale on Mercari. If you didn't know already, and this has been going on for a while now, so you probably already know if you do sell on Mercari, but buyers can now bundle items in your Mercari store and then send you an offer on the bundle. And so that's what this person did. These were both my son's old clothes that he no longer fits in. So we have a Marvel Avengers t-shirt. And then this was from the Disney parks. I don't remember where we bought this from or where we got this. It is Disney Parks brand, but I don't remember if we actually bought it at the parks or if it was thrifted, or I'm not sure, to be honest. But it is really cool. It's a Buzz Lightyear zip-up hoodie jacket, super awesome. And she sent me an offer, he or she, I'm not sure, sent me an offer for $27 on this bundle, plus the buyer paid shipping, which makes that $27 pure profit. And because I didn't purchase these items for resale, I just consider it a zero cost of goods, even though I probably did spend money on these initially. So you can either look at it as a zero cost of goods or just making some of my money back from, you know, items around my house, however you want to look at it. All right, guys, the sales just keep rolling in today, and I am not mad about it. I love sales days like this. It's not always like this, so I just want to make that clear. You know, reselling is up and down. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but the one thing you want to make sure to do is just stay consistent, keep listing, keep working. Don't let the bad days, you know, slow you down. You actually, you know, if you're having a bad sales day, the best thing to do is to actually list more. I know it kind of unmotivates you a little bit when you're having days like that, but you need to have kind of like the opposite reaction and actually list more items, and you're gonna have, you know, one of those good sales days. They will come if you are putting the work in. But I just sold this beautiful granny square knit blanket. Now this one is all white, so I wasn't too sure about it because I know like the brighter colorful ones do really well. I did sell like a really pretty colorful one. If I can find the picture of it, I'll put it on the screen. It was like a mustard yellow with all of these rainbow colors, just a gorgeous blanket. And that one sold pretty quickly over on eBay. But this one is beautiful, and it's, you know, white is just classic. It can go with so many different, you know, rooms and color schemes because it just matches everything. And this one's gorgeous. I kind of wanted to keep this, but it really doesn't fit anywhere in my home. It ended up selling for $30 on Poshmark. All right, guys, so it is Monday morning, and we are packaging up sales. It was a great weekend. We have 30 packages going out today. I do have a package pickup scheduled, so I need to get these done and put out on my front porch. But I wanted to go over them with you because a lot of these items sold quickly, and some of these are great brands, great things to keep an eye out for when you're out thrifting and hunting for items. I'm going to try to answer some common like shipping questions as we're going through these as well, that I do get asked occasionally. But let's go ahead and get started. So most of these sales were actually from Poshmark and eBay. Those are my two best-selling platforms. But you guys know, if you watch my channel, I do sell on Mercari as well, and I did make a couple sales over there. It's just not, you know, it's always nice to make a sale on Mercari because there is no seller fees, so the payout is great, and I do make decent sales over there, so I, you know, feel like it's still worth it to sell on that platform. It's just, it's not as, I just don't make as many sales, I guess. I wouldn't be able to run a full-time business just on selling on Mercari. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. Let's just start with Mercari since I'm talking about it, and I'll show you the two sales I made over there. So we have this Schaefer LA. It's a genuine leather little bucket bag purse here. This is the mini version. I picked this up at Goodwill recently, and it sold over on Mercari for $23. And like I said, no seller fees, so I get paid out $23, so that's great. Easy to ship. That will ship out first class, which will just go in a poly mailer. And then the Saucony Guide 17 shoes. So you guys will see pictures of these because I do pre-box most of my shoes. So it is in here somewhere. I think it's this one right here. They're Saucony Guide 17 in navy orchid is the colorway, size 7 women's, and they're a wide width. And those actually sold for $60 on Mercari. I probably did do free shipping on those, which does come out of my profit. A lot of my shoes I do offer free shipping only on Mercari, just because of the no seller fee thing. All right, guys, so now we're gonna move on to my eBay sales, and I sold another beautiful bag from my bag haul, which you guys have probably seen before this video. I've been loving picking up purses, and I've just been finding some really good ones lately. And this beauty here, this Coach, this is called the City Zip Tote, and it's in kind of like this oxblood colorway. This sold for $67. It also sold very quickly in less than a week, so definitely a good pickup on that one. I think I paid $15 for that purse, if I remember correctly. And then, let's see, next up we have some Ultras. So I'm just gonna pan over here and you guys will see the picture on the screen. It's in one of these boxes here. They're Ultra Lone Peak 8 trail running shoes. These always, the Lone Peak, always sell really well for me, especially in the high tops, which I don't find very often. But if you do, definitely grab them if you can get them at the right price. I would even pay up a little bit for these because they sell so well. They sold for $75 on eBay. And again, not listed very long, probably less than a month. And then if you guys remember, I shared this in one of my reels, maybe even in a haul video. This is a Harry Potter tote that I picked up at Goodwill. It sold for $59.49 over on eBay. Let me show you the brand tag so you guys can keep an eye out for this. It is Harry Potter by Kath Kidston, I believe is what that says. But yeah, just a really pretty tote bag. But these are collectible Harry Potter stuff, especially the Pottery Barn. You guys, I actually found this, I believe around the same time I found it was the same Goodwill, the Harry Potter Pottery Barn stuff that sold super fast for me. So definitely keep an eye out for Harry Potter. But yeah, $59.49 on that. And then we sold another pair of Ultras, which are over here. They're the Paradigm. Is that how you say that? I'm not sure. Paradigm 6, and they sold for $67 on eBay. So Ultra, definitely a good brand to be on the lookout for. We also sold some Clarks, which are in here. They're just a Clarks sandal. They sold for $30 on eBay. I don't pick up a ton of Clarks unless I can get them super cheap, maybe like at a yard sale, or, if they're a really cute style or something, I may grab them. They do sell, but you have to be very picky and very careful what styles you pick up. I know the Wallabies is a good model. I'll try to insert a picture. At least they were. I haven't found any in a while, but those used to sell really good for me. They probably still do. You might want to recheck comps, though, if you find a pair. But that used to be a model I would always pick up. And then the desert boots, the Clarks desert boots in the men's sizes, even women's too. The women's ones sell. I will pick up if I can get them for about $10 or less. Let's see what's next. She is waiting for me to be done. We have the Brooks Glycerin 21, which is another good model. I love selling Brooks Glycerin 21. Those sold for $80 on eBay. And just to answer some questions about my shipping on eBay, specifically for shoes, I do use the Priority Mail shoe boxes, which are these ones right here. They are free on the USPS website. You can get on and you can have them shipped directly to your doorstep for free. And so that's great. You don't have to spend money on boxes. Most regular size shoes will fit in here. Obviously, boots and larger shoes you may have to get bigger boxes for. But I do a flat rate fee of $12 on eBay. Priority Mail, obviously, you can only ship if you're going to use these boxes, you can only use Priority Mail. You cannot use, UPS Ground or anything like that. You can use those on eBay, just not with these boxes. So because most of my standard shoes ship for a decent price, if they fit in these boxes, I can usually ship them for about $12 or less. That's why I charge $12 flat rate shipping. Now, if you have a really heavy shoe, like a boot or something, I may, on those shoes that I have to put in a slightly larger box, I usually charge $14.99. So I'll do $15 shipping on my heavier shoes. But I do get asked that question quite a bit, how I ship my shoes on eBay, and that's just how I prefer to do it. Plus, this is the service I use, USPS, for my porch or package pickups on my porch. So I would rather ship them USPS than any other service, just for that convenience as well. Now, obviously, if it's something super heavy or super weird size box and the shipping is going to be outrageously, difference in price, then I will take that, to UPS or use a different service if I need to. Okay, I forgot I had to go grab this little thing. I forgot I had this little bin of some items I pulled that also sold. So in here we have some vintage hangers. These sold for $18 on eBay. I actually used to use these to, when I used to take photos of my clothing hanging on the wall, I used to use these for my Poshmark closet when I very first started reselling to display my clothing. They're absolutely gorgeous. I just don't have any use for them anymore, so I hated them just kind of sitting around, and nobody using them. So I decided it was time to sell them, but this little bundle sold for $18. Okay, and then next up we have this Nike pullover. It's just a pullover hoodie. This sold for $27 on eBay. Okay, this next sale is actually really cool. This is a vintage Tim Burton, promotional t-shirt. It is vintage on the Gildan tag here. This actually sold to an international buyer, and it sold for $54.99, so $55. Really cool t-shirt there. And then one more sale on eBay. I believe they're over here in a box. So these are the Saucony Triumph 22, which, you guys, if you're looking for a comfy shoe, this is my go-to shoe that I like wearing out when I'm on my feet for a long day. I've worn these to Disneyland before. I wear these when I go out thrifting, but I have a personal pair of this exact model, the Triumph 22s, and they are amazing. Just a little recommendation there. But this pair that I have sold for $70 on eBay. All right, guys, so now we're going to move on to my Poshmark sales, which was my best-selling platform this weekend. In the boxes over here, we have the Asics Nova Blast 4. These always sell super fast for me as well. This one is in the oatmeal colorway, and they sold for $79, which was my full asking price. I sell these so quickly. I just barely listed these, and they sold within a day or two. And then I have to find it. I think it's in here somewhere. This was a surprising sale, you guys. I've been going through a lot of the boxes in my garage. We're trying to clear out space because we're going to do a home gym in our garage. And I have a bunch of my kids' old stuff that they don't want anymore. And I've been donating some, selling some, and this was surprising. This is something that I would have normally just tossed in the donate bin, not thinking it was worth anything. But you guys, Google image search is incredible. I love the fact that we can Google image search now because you can look things up super easy. So I just decided to take a quick little snap of this. And these actually do sell for about $10 or so, some a little more, some a little less. This is a Junior Ranger Royal Gorge Bridge and Park from Canyon City, Colorado. If you guys don't know, I grew up in Colorado. That's where I met my husband, went to high school, and my kids were born in Colorado. We just moved to California in 2019. And this was from a trip we made when my son was smaller. I think he was around 5 or so. He's in middle school now. That he got from the Royal Gorge. And it's just a little badge, Junior Ranger badge. Doesn't look like anything much, but I listed this, and within a couple hours, it sold for my full asking price of $10 on Poshmark. So not a crazy good sale, but if you ever come across these at maybe a yard sale for, probably get this for 10 cents, or a bag of these maybe at the thrift store. Maybe somebody collected these little Junior Ranger pins. They seem like they're collectible. I would grab them because, yeah, just a little surprising sale there. But, that could have been donated, but instead it made me a little bit of money. So $10 sale. And then, the next one, I'm reading off of a list here, you guys, so I can remember how much each of these items sold here. So the next item that sold on Poshmark was this pair of a Goldie jeans. Is that how you say it? I have no idea. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody pronounce this brand. Is it a Goldie? Let me know in the comments down below. But these are a smaller size 23. But you guys know I was so excited to find these at the thrift store. I found these at Goodwill just recently. I haven't found this brand, maybe once ever in my entire reselling, the last, 5 years of reselling, maybe one time ever. So when I found these, I was so excited. They're just little denim cutoff shorts, and I think they were priced around $5 or $6. They weren't crazy priced or anything like that. And they sold very quickly for $45 on Poshmark within about 3 or 4 days on those. I just listed those, I think, like on Friday or Saturday. And then I sold this Show Me Your Moo bikini. I did a reel showing you guys this huge bikini haul that I found at a local thrift store. Somebody donated a bunch of really good name brand bikinis. This one is brand new. It does not have tags, but the hygiene liner is still there. And this is really pretty. I wish this was my size, but it's kind of like a soft, like towel texture as well. But this bikini sold for $63. So Show Me Your Moo swimwear. And I actually sold another Show Me Your Moo, just the bikini top, not long ago as well. You guys probably saw that in a video. So definitely keep an eye out for Show Me Your Moo swimwear. And then I sold some Asics Nova Blast 4s. Another pair of these. So I mentioned earlier I sold them in the oatmeal color. These ones are in a white and mint colorway, and they sold for $67. So if that just shows you guys how fast this model sells, I sold 2 of them just this weekend. And then I also sold 2 pairs of the Asics Gel Nimbus 26, which is this model right here. I'm going to show you guys on the side of the shoe is right here. It says Asics Gel Nimbus 26. A lot of running shoes have the model name written on them somewhere. It's sometimes on the tongue, like you can see here on this pair of Brooks. So they're super easy to look up to see if they're, a newer model or a model that is selling well, if you guys are just learning shoes. But I ended up finding 2 pairs of these in the same colorway, this gray and silver colorway, and they both sold this weekend. I just listed them both this weekend. I didn't even get a chance to cross list these yet or put them in boxes. That's how quickly they sold. That's why they're over here and not in my boxes. But let's see, one of the pairs sold for $70, and then the other pair sold for $76. So one sold for $70, one sold for $76. And then we have another pair of Asics that is already boxed up, the Gel Kayano 30s. Those sold for $62. Those are a great model. They just came out with the 31s recently as well, but the 30s are still selling great. And then the Brooks that I was just showing you guys over here, I just listed these as well. They sold very quickly. Again, I didn't even get them boxed up, but these are the Glycerin 20s. The Glycerin 21s are out already. That I think I showed you guys a pair earlier in this video that we sold, but these are still selling really well, especially the Stealth Fit models. So if they say Stealth Fit on the back, they're the ones that are more of like a sock-like knit upper where you kind of slip your foot in there and you really don't need to tie your shoelaces because this fits kind of formed to your foot. This is the Stealth Fit version, and these ones I feel like are a little bit more desirable. The other ones still do great too, but these ones I feel like just sell super, super fast. And they sold for $60 on Poshmark. I picked up this Fiesta wear. I don't know much about Fiesta wear, but you guys, I have been, selling a lot more hard goods recently. If you guys have been following me on Instagram and watching my reels and stuff, you guys probably noticed that. I do still sell a ton of shoes, but I've just been enjoying learning about hard goods. So I found some mugs recently by Fiesta wear, but I didn't pick them up because when I looked up comps, they weren't selling very well. So I don't know if Fiesta wear has gone down in value, or maybe there's just certain pieces, I'm sure, that are just more valuable than others. But I did find this really cool, like Art Deco looking picture in this red colorway, and I decided to grab this because I just thought this is such a cool shape and design, And it did. It sold, it did do well. It sold for $30 on Poshmark and pretty quickly as well. I think I've had that for less than a month. And then I also sold, while we're over here, these little Nike Prestos. I picked these up from Savers. I remember I showed these in one of my reels. These were $4.99 with 20% off, and they sold for $28. So pretty good on that for, you know, an easy listing, something easy to ship. And then we sold this Under Armour backpack here. This is actually one of the Storm 1 backpacks. So if you see this on a backpack, I don't know if that makes it a little more valuable. That's just kind of what I saw when I was looking up comps. So I listed this one for a little bit higher. It sold for $40 on Poshmark. We sold another pair of the Saucony Triumph 22s. Those sold for $85 on Poshmark. That's the pair I told you guys are so comfy. I absolutely love them. And then I sold this Oshkosh jacket. This actually used to belong to my son. I think I thrifted this though. It is reversible, so it has this really cool like fleece on the inside. And this is a vintage or older Oshkosh piece. And this ended up selling for $22 on Poshmark. I sold some Dansko, like the slip-on nursing clogs. I don't pick these up very often unless I can get them pretty cheap. They do still sell. They just don't sell for as much. And these ones were all black, but they were in really, really nice condition, which is why I grabbed them. Typically, I look for some of the cooler, like, colorway pattern ones. But these ones ended up selling for $35. And then I sold another pair of Ultras. These are the Escalante. I don't know. Is that how you say that? Escalante 3s. They sold for $60 on Poshmark. And then up here, this is a Dolly Parton for President, Make Country Music Great Again pullover sweatshirt by Bohemian Cowgirl. Really cool. I actually picked this up for myself at the thrift store. I think I didn't pay too much for it. I can't even remember how much I paid. I just thought it was cute. It is a small though, a women's size small. And I just really like wearing baggy oversized sweatshirts. So I prefer like medium or larges. So I did decide to go ahead and sell this when I was cleaning out my closet. And this sold for $15. And then last up, you guys, I sold a pair of Allbirds. I've mentioned this so many times, and I'll just keep mentioning it again because I know I have new people watching my channel that are trying to learn about shoes. You'll hear a lot of resellers say they don't pick up Allbirds anymore, but I still pick them up and they still sell great, and they typically sell fast. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's certain models. Maybe look up the model you're finding, but I sell a variety. I mean, these ones, I think they're the wool or the tree runners. These ones are the tree runners in a wheat colorway, size 10 women's, and they sold for $58. And quickly too, like I hadn't even, these ones I grabbed out of my office. They were boxed up because I just cross-listed them, but I hadn't even put them away in my garage yet. So I've had them for only a few days, listed for only a few days, and they sold. So that's just my take on Allbirds. Obviously, you know, some things sell better for other people. I don't know why that is, but I think they're at least worth trying out if you find them for a good price and they're a good model, good size, all of that thing. All of that stuff. So that is it, you guys. I have 30 items here that I have to work on getting packed up and shipped out. And this little girl is patiently waiting for me. She's my work buddy. All right, guys. So as I was packing up my sales, I made another sale over on eBay. It was this pair of Miss Me jeans. I've mentioned recently that Miss Me jeans have been selling really well for me. Especially the more like Y2K style ones with the flat pockets, all the bling. The more bling, the better. The low rise, the boot cut, flare, straight leg, those kind of styles. These ones sold for $40. I also recently listed these, so they sold very quickly. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions about shipping or want to know anything else about my shipping process, want me to show anything in any of my future videos, just let me know in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer those for you guys. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you're making tons of sales, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.